Shout out to LTTV.
What?
Your LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. Make sure you hit that like button upon entry. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you up on all the live streams, all the shows. Welcome to the night show, y'all. We're not going to get directly into this one. We have some updates from some things that are going on right now before we get into the main show, the main topic today. So apparently there's a lot of Nigerians being mistreated at the Poland-Ukraine border. There's something going on at the embassy, I believe. Let's pull this up. Let's pull up the article so we have exactly what's going on. All right, so Dr. Umar Johnson spoke out about it. Let's listen to Dr. Umar Johnson, what he has to say before we get into this shit. Okay, here we go.
To the Ukrainian cave dwellers. Let me say this to the Ukrainian mayonnaise mafia. Let me say this to the Ukrainian Caucasians. I do not appreciate you all mistreating my African brothers and sisters, especially the mothers and the children. You guys are not letting them on the buses to evacuate the Ukraine. I've been getting videos all day long. I was getting videos last night. African women with babies. African women with babies are being forced off the bus by white Ukrainian men and white Ukrainian women, brothers and sisters. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And you got all these black folks in America crying for Ukraine. You got all these black folks in America crying for Ukraine, but yet the Ukrainians are discriminating against our brothers and sisters with children, stopping them from evacuating the city on the trains and the buses. And here we is crying tears for Caucasians. You crying for Ukrainians, but what about the Africans they mistreating? You crying for the Ukrainians, but what about the Africans they mistreating? You crying for the Ukrainians, but what about the Africans they mistreating? So we're going to talk about that today in Philly.
All right, so that was Umar Johnson's take on the matter. Now, I've seen a bunch of those videos he's talking about where people are getting ripped off of trains. I went back to get some of them for the live stream, and it seems like a lot of them have been scrubbed from the internet. A lot of them are still available. I just don't have them. I have one video, but this is nobody getting dragged off of a train. See what we got here. People speaking about being mistreated.
Man, these people left without taking the blacks, man. None of the blacks, man. See. None. Even the black guys that already have kids, they took their kids and their wife and left the niggas behind.
All right, so the video, a little bit of lag here. Let me pull this back real quick. Get this footage up. Yeah, what's good, bro? Shout out to everybody in the chat, all one of you. Shout out to you though, MPC. You out here.
Man, these people left without taking the blacks, man. None of the blacks, man. See. None. Even the black guys that already have kids, they took their kids and their wife and left the niggas behind. Like, everyone is stranded. This is really too bad. Man, these people left without.
All right, so people being left were video of that. I think it's up to the African countries, because we're speaking about Nigerians in specific because that's who they're speaking about generally when you see these videos. A lot of Nigerians, a lot of Nigerian students. I think the Nigerian government's failing them. It's like, yeah, these people are discriminating and being fucktards in time of war. They're just they're prioritizing their own. But in times of this, we like this, we have to prioritize our own in that sense. So the Nigerian government needs to, like, whatever's going on at the Poland embassy, they need to take control. They need to take power. We can't keep looking for these other communities to save us when they're saving themselves and we're not saving ourselves. It's like the great finesse. We're going for this equality, treat everyone well, and everyone's looking out for themselves before, other communities. Well, they'll look after other communities once their community is looked after, but not before. I just needed to get that piece, that segment in this before I get into the Godfrey TI thing. A lot of thoughts when it comes to this. I don't like this interview at all.
Yo, I just want to say real quick.
I don't like the way T.I. conducted himself in this interview that we're about to react to. I don't even like the way Godfrey handled the interview. I think he was too nice, too lenient with the way he was allowing T.I. to speak to him. I know he respects T.I. and everything. He's a fan of T.I. But T.I. was being entirely too sensitive, too emotional, too egotistical. But one thing I have to say is it did work out in one sense. My personal opinion is T.I.'s working the comedy scene wrong. He's coming in it like it's some rap shit, and he's trying to play it like some hustle, which it worked out for him in this regard of there's a lot of promotion. A lot of people are speaking about it. Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne talking about it on their podcast. You have Vlad interviewing, speaking to TK Kirkland and many others about it. So it's making noise. This whole T.I. doing comedy is bringing a lot of attention to T.I. doing comedy. So this whole back and forth with Godfrey worked for him in that sense. But at what expense? You're still a rookie. Now you have all these eyes on you while you're trying to work out these sets. There's going to be more people trying to record, and you're still a rookie. So you have all the eyes and all the attention while you ain't fully there yet. That may not be the best thing. You may have wanted to play it a little low-key until you were ready. So that's what I'm saying. He's playing it like a money grab almost, in my opinion. I don't know the nigga. He says differently. We hear it from in the interview. He says differently, but his actions speak like, oh, he's just trying to get in. There's no respect. There's no respect for comedy. What was that? Nigeria security is at war with the Bafria community. Looks like, or be free. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. It's the first time I've seen that word. Community looks like genocide. Be free. What? Hold on. Oh, that's a sectionist state in West Africa. See me, I'm good in geography, but I didn't even fuck. Why do I not know that? I know most African countries. Yeet. I smoke too much. All right, Well, that's what's going on. That's we off that topic now, though. I'm gonna move on for that. I just wanted to react to that small segment. What's going on right now before I got into the whole comedy thing. But yeah, I think T.I.'s playing this more of like a short-term hustle. What the fuck was I saying? I lost complete train of thought going into that. He's not treating the art form with respect. Comedy, it seems like comedians speak with like they show respect to people that with it's very merit based. If you ain't shit or you're a new like a beginner, an amateur, you're not going to get the respect regardless of what type of celebrity and what type of respect you have outside of comedy. That's what I'm taking from when I hear a lot of comedians speak. If Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock were to come after Godfrey after he finished being a headliner, I'm sure he would have not reacted the same way he did with T.I. But there is protocol, and there is definitely protocol with letting the club know heads up and letting the promoter know and the owner of the club. There's a lot of that shit. Andrew Schultz speaks on that. We're going to get into that after we get into this interview. Great way for T.I. to get promotion and buzz instantly coming in, but long term, I think this affects him negatively. By the end of the interview, T.I. and Godfrey are cool. Everything's good with them. They're going on tour together, so it was great for a promotion for them to go on tour together. But overall, you see the fan reaction when it comes to T.I. A lot of people said T.I. failed the vibe check when it came to this comedy shit. Because usually you see comedians going back and forth with each other, making jokes, roasting each other. T.I.'s atmosphere in this interview, I don't know, man. He seems pretty heated. He seemed emotional. He seemed very egotistical, like he deserved something without earning something because he was stacking his merits as a celebrity and as a hip hop star up to what these guys are in comedy when he hasn't earned shit in comedy. So he was, I don't know, let's get into it. And I'll break down exactly where I think these things to be true.
Special guest out here, and I'm really happy and honored on in the legend.
I wouldn't instigate anything between Godfrey and T.I. I just think Godfrey was entirely too lenient in the way he allowed T.I. to address him on some of these things when Godfrey was right.
My man, Ali Sadiq. And man, I this is an honor today. This is real shit. And there's some shit that's been going on in the past day, which came at me like a motherfucking train. And I have a special guest out here, and I'm really happy and honored that you are on this episode, my friend. And I wanted to introduce you. We talked today earlier, you know what I'm saying? People are like, yo, man, I heard you had some beef. I said, beef with what, man? Fuck y'all talking about? But this man right here is a rap god, first off, has represented the South like to the utmost as multi-platinum, super multi-platinum. God damn, been rapping over 20-something years. I'm a fan. I have you in my fucking playlist when I go to the gym. And I love your movies, the whole nine, bro. And now I welcome you to the Comedy Factory, the one, the only legend, Mr. T.I. T.I. Tip, what's going on, sir? I salute you, brother. I salute you, brother. What's happening,
man? Likewise in return, man.
What's happening, bro? You know, so you know, the past day, shit has been going down because it all started with, you know, I saw you about 2 weeks ago in Atlanta, and well, it was a Thursday, so on Thursdays I usually do like, you know, you do a long set because it's only one show. And so I was like, yeah, it's Thursday. Oh, someone's bothering.
Nah, I'm straight.
Okay, so it was Thursday. So it's Thursday, and I was like, you know, we do one show. You could go do an hour and a half. There ain't no other shows over there and shit. So I was doing about hour 40. Nice little sweet. I did hour 40. That's what we do on Thursday. It's a warm-up show. So, boom, I get off stage, and my man Artie Fuqua, he goes, yo, T.I., he wants to go up after you. And I was like, T.I., for what? Like, it was like, you doing comedy? What the fuck? I was like, so I say, it's his town. Fucking let him go up. And so I went back to the green room, whatever, and I said, I hope it comes back. I want to get a picture with T.I. Fuck that. Get a picture and talk to him. And I said, is he doing comedy? Okay. And I didn't go in because that's just me. When I'm a headline, I don't even watch the comedians that are on my show. I just don't do that. I just don't watch it because it's like, we working at McDonald's eating the fucking food. You know what I mean? I just don't. It's nothing against anybody. I just don't watch. So I go, I've never seen that. Someone go, unless the headliner himself goes, yo, I got a special friend in the fucking, I want to bring him up, boom, boom. So you know what I'm saying?
If I may.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, in regard to all that part of what you were saying, there's a valid explanation.
Yes, sir.
But it's not even necessary.
I am.
Thing I must say to start this conversation.
Yes, sir.
Is exceptions are made for exceptional circumstances. So whatever rule you speaking of, I'm the exception to.
Got you. So now,
Thanks, man.
and that's, you're right. And as a person of comedy tenure,
Why the fuck isn't this shit pausing? Jesus Christ. All right. This is what I have a problem with. I got to get into this part right here. The entitlements for exceptional people, exceptions are made, and you just expect that shit. There's a protocol when it comes to that. He's a headliner. He's closing the show. Usually when other comedians come, Andrew Schultz was talking about this. When other comedians show up, he will allow them, even as a headliner, he's not a big deal. He will allow them to perform after him, but there's generally a protocol where they speak to somebody in the venue or the owner, or they give them a heads up, or the headliner knows ahead of time and they've arranged it. And even when it's spontaneous or something, it has to be like a Chappelle, Chris Rock, or someone that's big in the game that has merit, that earned their stripes. Not no, I'm a big celebrity, so I just front of the line shit because it makes money. You're disrespecting the art form. You're treating it like hip hop. Hip hop, we have no guidelines. Anyone could pick up a fucking a mic and start rapping and put out an album. We don't care. If the audience, it's not even if you're hot. If the audience fucks with you, they fucks with you, and there's literally no barrier to entry. Comedy, they protect it a little bit more because there's not many comedians out here making a living and actually funny like that. So it's a little more guarded, and they protect the integrity of what they do a little bit more from what I see. But right here, Godfrey just lets this slide off the strength of this is T.I. He's going to come on tour with you. You could have this business relationship. It could be useful in the future. So he chose to do that, in my opinion, because I don't see people speaking to Godfrey like this so often. And then the rest of them seemed like they were a little thrown off, but they all took it as well, and they were all just moving in stride. So it seems like they were all on the same page as just trying to be cool with T.I., regardless of regardless of the crazy shit T.I. says in this interview here, regardless of his tone, regardless of him being angry and egotistical at points, regardless of him being entitled, they don't care. They let it all slide. And I'm looking at this like this isn't the normal type of energy I get from you, Godfrey. So Godfrey fought back on a few points, but this point, it's like, my nigga, this is entitled as fuck.
I'm gonna say, well, that's a little strange, but I didn't say, nah, he can't. I said, nah, this is his town. Shit, let him go up there. Shit, that's all I said. And so what was said on my podcast was misconstrued as if I was downing. I said, I never downed him, dude. I just was talking about the comedy culture. I didn't down T.I. I'm a fan of
He did not down him. What he said was a salient point. But him letting him go up wasn't a big deal either. He allowed it. It's his town, whatever. But him saying he's not watching you, that's not a big deal. You shouldn't feel slighted. You're not that guy yet.
T.I. He's a fantastic artist, plain and simple. I was just talking about that night as a comedian. That's all I did. I didn't put you fucking down at all. But you know, they're going to take it and look like I've downed you, but I'm not that dude to do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I even, today we talked, and I said, first off, at the top, I'm going to apologize that you took it the wrong way, because people like to twist shit. And of course, people were coming at me like, what the fuck? Yo, did he go off? Did he go off? Did he go off? I think it went off. Yo, so what did you good? You want to say something?
Yes, I would love to.
Yes, sir.
So
go ahead.
what I would say is, okay, it wasn't that I thought you were getting on me or anything. It was just, as a rapper, we call that shit sneak dissing. Like, that's how it came off as subliminal.
Okay.
And for one, I think you guys are ill-informed.
Now, there's a reason why I'm doing this live stream. If y'all seen the first live stream where I covered T.I. being outraged at Godfrey's comments and then Godfrey reacting and then covering the initial comments that he was outraged by, we pretty much came to a consensus that T.I. was overreacting and Godfrey was saying nothing wrong, constructive criticism at best, and giving him some insight on the way the comedy game works. That's what he was doing. We came to a consensus from that last stream. That's why I'm thinking this stream is very important to do to showcase how they move forward. Godfrey did a good job in the sense of now they're getting along, they're cordial, they're doing a tour together, and you know, it's black folks working together. This is what we always say we want, right? So even if it was a little contentious and a little heated from T.I.'s side, at least the final result was, you know, they're working together.
Mm-hmm.
So what I heard the young lady and the young man on there saying that, okay, well, usually people go to open mic nights first. Usually people pay their dues and do this, that, and the other. And to be honest with you, if you wanted to know the path that brought me to the stage that night, I think it would have been wise for us to have that discussion before you went speaking on things that you ain't even know about.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So I started comedy. K-Dub threw me up at the open mic night, man, probably about now 5 weeks ago.
Okay.
He just threw me up on stage, and from my seat to the stage, I figured out what I was going to do. I freestyled for my first time on the stage for 35 minutes.
Right.
Okay. And after that, he said, man, you know, people like you. You should come back. And from that day on, I had been doing stand-up, pulling up, popping up on stages every day for at least 4 weeks.
Right.
And now, the thing about comedy, it's just like any other industry where it's about putting asses in seats.
Yes, sir.
This is offensive. He is diminishing the art form of comedy. Just putting asses in seats. I did it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. You know, Godfrey's been doing comedy for, what, 20 plus years? Most comedians, they don't even take you serious if you're not even 10 plus years in the game, grinding. You can't, like a 4 week grind, my nigga.
So if I bring more attention to the room because I'm there, it brings more attention to all the rest of the goddamn comedians that's in the room with me. And I've come and I've stood next to brand new comedians, and I've had people, OGs in the game, like Donnell Rollins asked me to come open up for him at the Ontario Improv.
Mm-hmm.
I've had, you know, the Shaq Comedy All-Star asked me to come, and not just because I'm T.I., because they heard about, you know, they heard that I was decent.
You hear that? He's a fucking beginner. He's a fucking rookie. Oh, they heard I was decent. You're in your ego right now. That's why he's in his feelings. This is his ego right now. He really thinks, oh, I'm good right now. I'm good. I'm a beginner, but I'm good. That's what it is. It's a self-belief. You don't want to rub. It's like, listen, you can have all the self-belief you want in the world. It's good to have confidence in yourself. to be delusional and act like you earned something because you've done it for 4 weeks straight, grinded, and people thought you were half decent, so you deserve something now. The entitlement. And Godfrey, come on, my nigga. But, you know, business interest aligned. So, but really and truly, T.I.,
just like a woman.
Right.
And of course, it's gonna bring more eyeballs to whatever event that they have. Of course, it's gonna bring more. It's gonna bring more notoriety to whatever event that's going on at the time.
Right.
And that's something that I can't help. I'm not going to, whether they want to come see me tell jokes or whether they want to hear me talk about my life.
Right.
Whatever it is, they in there for a reason. And the only motherfuckers got a problem with it is the motherfuckers that wasn't there. Only motherfuckers got something to say about it is the motherfuckers that wasn't in the crowd. And if you was there and came in there and said, I heard him, he wasn't shit, y'all.
Right.
I can respect that.
Right.
Because I consider you a motherfucking G.
I appreciate
And when I say
that.
G, I'm gonna say a giant in this shit.
Right.
Like a giant in the comedy game,
Yeah,
because
sir.
you've been doing it. And not just for how long you've been doing it. I watched you myself rip that motherfucker for an hour and 40 minutes.
Right. Right.
And I respected that.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
No doubt. Yeah.
And after I got off stage, when we went back, when I was backstage, it was such a pleasant exchange.
Hell yeah, it was. Hell yeah,
It was such a pleasant exchange, and I appreciated me and you. Felt like you appreciated me and me. So I was, forgive the term, flabbergasted when I heard, you know, like you're like, hey man, you know, I wasn't going in there to watch him, man. I ain't, man, make me look small and and I'm like, bro,
Right.
come on, man.
but
This ain't the same nigga I met backstage.
Nah, see, that's
This ain't the same person I met backstage.
And I totally get where you saw that as and it was not. And I know as a rapper in the rap game, you know, motherfuckers throwing in little lyrics, boom, 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 was that, because even Donnell Rollins, who I've known for a long time, I've done shows with Donnell, and Donnell, one of the funniest motherfuckers around, that's my man. Even Donnell threw a jab at me. He said, well, there's just some motherfuckers that just hating on you. I was like, really, Donnell? Really, I was not hating on you at all. I said, if it were anybody, I just don't go watch a person after I headline. I'm done. It's just for that moment. But if I wasn't headlining, I would have been like, oh, T.I.'s going on. I'll go watch that shit. That's what I would have done. I think it's thing. Okay. I'm talking about as far as me just getting off stage and being done an hour and a half. I'm done.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
I fucks with you, Godfrey. But come on. At this point, you're just being nice. Even if you weren't the headliner and he was going up, you would have no interest. He's a rookie. He has to earn his stripes. This is insulating his feelings right now because they realize that he's emotional.
Just like a woman.
He did not do the requisite research to get any information on how things work in the comedy industry at all. He just applied the same rap, whatever the fuck he was doing in rap. He's like, okay, this is how it is in hip hop. Let me apply the same fucking process that I had in hip hop. Let me just copy and paste, put that shit in comedy. And when I feel slighted, it's the same type of shit. It's like rap, it's sneak dissing, it's blah, blah, blah. I get it. People are emotional about their art. All artists are emotional, but at the end of the day, my nigga, this is. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that drop. I played it enough.
In agreement, but I'm like, I want to meet T.I. though, and I'm waiting. That's
PG
why
says, "Where's the backbone?" This is what I'm saying when it came to Godfrey, man. Godfrey was looking at his business interests, and he made a business decision, in my opinion. Because it's like, why you just allowing this nigga to just do what he wants? It's like he's pacifying a baby right now.
Told you, man, love. I said, and then I asked you, I said, man, you really trying to do this? You said, I've been doing this shit every fucking day for day. I said, cool. That's what I said. Because I was sincere about that shit. Because, you know, a lot of times, and you know this, it's like the rap game. There's some
Let me make this clear because it's like we always have to say this so people have to understand we're not hating. I like T.I.'s music. Definitely not a T.I. hater. whenever I see Black men going out sad, going out so emotional, being feminine on airways. It's like we got to call out that type of behavior and those type of reactions. You don't have to be emotional. You're a noob. You got to earn your stripes.
Fuckers that should not be rapping. And I'm sure you go, what the fuck are they doing? You know what I mean? This is my...
Listen, that whole, this point right here is very important.
Because you know, a lot of times, and you know this, it's like the rap game. There's some motherfuckers that should not be rapping. And I'm sure you go, what the fuck are they doing? You know what I mean? This is my art form. What are they doing?
That ain't for me to say.
Well, yeah, but to yourself.
No, that's not for me to say.
Okay.
You see that? That's not for me to say. In hip hop, it's like, oh, if you say something negative, you're hating, period. Regardless if it's absolute butt cheeks, dog shit music. There's always, oh, there's a perspective, there's an angle, it's for somebody. There's no barrier to entry. That's why music is gone where music is gone. You don't take the art form seriously. Oh, if you can do it, you do it. No hating. It's like participation trophy ass culture, because that's what it sounds like. If something's ass, you can say it's ass. Objectively, if a nigga's rapping, he's not even on beat, the rhymes aren't even rhyming, they're single syllable, it's absolute dog shit, you can call it out. Basic rhyme schemes, you can call it out. But we don't do that in hip-hop. We allow whatever to get through the door. Comedy, they have a little bit of standards, but if you can make people laugh, you can make people laugh. You'll change people's mind instantly. You don't have to do 20 years to be great. If you're a Chappelle out the gates, people will accept that, acknowledge it, and be like, this guy's killing it. But generally, it's not like that. It takes time.
Okay.
It's not for me to say who should and shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's for the audience to come to enjoy a show. If I think somebody's trash, the audience goes crazy.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
It was not the point of you saying you weren't going to come see me. Like and it wasn't the point of you saying that you didn't want me to come on stage. It's the tone in which it was a very condescending tone. And it was really, to me, kind of like, again, I'll say it was a different person than the person I met backstage. And I felt like any kind of discomfort you may have felt, and if I crossed the line, I felt like you would have said that then. Like, hey, bro, I know you straight. I know you just getting in this, but you know you ain't supposed to go up after the headliner, right? If you had something to say, I feel like you would have said that right then.
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect it to be all smiles and shits and giggles. And then when I turn my back and now I see you, the same person I met, took a picture with and all that shit.
Yep.
And now it's like, oh, well, he shouldn't have came up. That's the rules and da-da-da-da-da-da.
No. Okay, now,
that
first
shit,
of all,
I
see that. I'm not a two-faced dude, first off. And that's why I said, I need to talk to you right away. Let's talk face to face. And I'm man up on my shit. That's why I apologize at the top. And I told you that. I said it's just the way comedians talk. And I'm not dissing you at all, because there's motherfuckers that have been dissing you like, why the fuck is he doing comedy in the first place? I wasn't doing that. I said, hey man, it's his town. Let him go up. I did not get mad. I just went, let him go up. I was done as far as a performance and doing my shit. I said, let him go up. And I said, even if it was another comedian say, hey, this dude wants to go up, I said, I'm not gonna watch them because I'm done. As far as a headliner's concerned. Now, if I wasn't headlining, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm gonna watch. That's all I'm saying. But not to put you down, not to be condescending to you, because I was not doing that. And I knew, because as soon as they said.
Now, this moment was a moment of Godfrey having a backbone and telling them, I wasn't doing that. There's niggas out here saying you're trash, X, Y, and Z. It was a moment of saying I wasn't doing that. But at the same time, it's still, let me make sure you're okay with the things that I'm saying. Let me bring you down to earth. Let me make sure your feelings aren't hurt. Let me make sure your ego's in check, because there's a lot of that here. You shouldn't have to do that with folks. Niggas shouldn't be so emotional.
Just like a woman.
I'm abusing that drop today.
shit getting out of hand now.
T.I. made a video. I said, I bet you it's the shit I said on the fucking podcast. And they misconstrued it. That's why I wanted to
That
tell you.
means you knew you were wrong, sir.
No, but I knew, you know how, I know when...
What?
Jesus Christ.
I bet you it's the shit I said on the fucking podcast. And they misconstrued it. That's why I wanted to
That
tell you.
means you knew you were wrong, sir.
No.
All right. He knew that you would misconstrue it. So, or people would. He didn't even say you. It would be taken out of context and be explained a certain way. But T.I.'s seen it directly. T.I.'s responding to the footage he's seen directly. The footage we all seen that we reacted to in the last reaction. If you didn't see it, you should probably go back and see it because you have no context of what's going on here. But this is emotional. Of course, men are allowed to have emotions. But at the end of the day, you should there's rational reactions to certain situations, and then there's, okay, you're going too far. Why are you so emotional? Why is your ego so bothered? What's going on here? This is a you problem at this point. And he was just conscious and aware of the fact that he may have ruffled him the wrong way because he may be sensitive to hearing certain things and criticism so early in his comedy career. Doesn't mean that what he said was wrong. Just because he apologized doesn't mean he was fully at fault or even at fault at all. It's just we know that you're hurt or you're taking it wrong. So let me, insulate your feelings a little bit. Let me make you feel good. And it's like, nah, we don't need to do that shit.
Oh, but I knew, you know how I know when people are going to twist my words because a lot of times on social media, people do that and take a little part of some shit and go, yeah, this is what he said.
I'm going out what I heard. I ain't going out what nobody else said. I'm going out what I heard. The words that hit my ear came out your mouth. I'm going out for that.
Telling you,
nothing to do with
and I'm
nobody
telling you out of my...
Jesus Christ.
Sensitive. If anybody disagrees, feel free to disagree with your chest out on the chat. I don't mind that people disagreeing on the matter or on my opinion. I just see this as very sensitive, very emotional. Did not do the requisite research to understand the landscape of the comedy scene. That's all I see. I see a rapper that's made a lot of money, who's made a lot of success in the rap industry, who's pretty much a rap legend, trying to come in here and hustle and finesse the same way he came in rap, because rap is just a lot of hustle, keeping up that hustle. That's not how it is in comedy. It's more of perfecting a craft, developing your craft as you go on road, putting out specials. Like he just needed to do a little more. He should have spoke to these people. He should have tried to ingratiate himself with them before getting all defensive and angry and agitated with them. But the problem is he has the leverage in one regard, as in they want a larger audience. T.I. is he's the mega star. Although he's not a comedy, he's not anything big in comedy. He's not no Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. He's not one of these big, large names in comedy. People don't even know he does comedy up till now. This is a good promotion for him to do comedy. He should have worked on perfecting the craft a little bit before he wanted to get in front of all the eyes, in my opinion. But he thinks he's good. You hear him. You hear him standing up for himself. He's like, they thought I was pretty good. Like, he thinks he's good.
I'm mouth that it wasn't a condescending thing, to let you know that, because I respect you as an artist. I respect you, and I'm a fan.
I appreciate that.
And
now, but how about this?
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a little bit about, what you said about, because there's people who really, really hating on you. And first of all, fuck them.
Right.
All right, let's just get that out the way. I don't give no fuck about how nobody feel about what I'm doing. Can't nobody give me no approval or disapproval about what I should or should not do.
Right.
If you don't like it, nigga, come get me off stage then. If that's how you feel. Or let the crowd boo me off stage. Wait till I get booed off stage. You know what I mean? And then you'll have a leg to stand on. But until then, as long as the motherfuckers in the room enjoy themselves in the rooms that I'm doing, shit, nobody has shit to say. I don't give a fuck how long you been doing it. I don't give a fuck what you got there had to go through that I don't got to go through. That's your problem. You think I'm going to dim my motherfucking light so you'll be comfortable? You think I'm going to motherfucking not do some shit that I know I can do so you'll feel good about yourself? Nigga, fuck you, nigga.
Right.
That's how I feel.
You have every right to feel that way.
Digress.
Yes, sir.
As I digress.
If this was Fresh and Fit, they'll be yelling merch every second.
So you'll feel good about yourself? Nigga, fuck you, nigga.
Right.
That's how I feel.
You have every right to feel that way.
As I digress.
Yes, sir.
As I digress. I'm here to love everybody. I'm here to bring peace, profit, and prosperity to the whole motherfucking game. All ships rise with the high tide. And just to be honest with you, if I'm speaking frankly, I've brought more attention to comedy, especially the underground scene.
Sure.
Since I've been doing this shit. It's been more motherfucker paying attention to the people and motherfuckers who been hitting me, Ronnie Jordan, Tyler Chronicles, motherfucking a bunch of motherfuckers been hitting my line like, hey, bro, you setting this motherfucker off, bro. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Whatever you doing, keep doing it.
And we know that.
And
we know that's
going
to
happen. I can't help that everybody's path is different. And all the comedians who feel like I'm taking opportunities from you, that's your motherfucking problem right there. Because I ain't talking about you necessarily, unless you feel like that.
Now, hell.
But hold up, wait a minute. All you comedians who feel like I'm taking opportunities from you, that's your motherfucking problem. You think another nigga can take an opportunity from you. Nigga, what's yours is yours. Nigga, it's up to you to goddamn get out there and perform for it and go get it.
There it is.
Nigga, what's yours is yours. Can't nobody take nothing from
Nah, we got to run that back. I wasn't even present for that. We got to go back 30 seconds,
I ain't talking about you necessarily, unless you feel like that.
Now, hell.
But hold up, wait a minute. All you comedians who feel like I'm taking opportunities from you, that's your motherfucking problem. You think another nigga can take an opportunity from you. Nigga, what's yours is yours. Nigga, it's up to you to goddamn get out there and perform for it and go get it.
There it is.
Nigga, what's yours is yours. Can't nobody take nothing from you.
Right.
That's a weird argument to make. I don't think anybody was saying that at all. That's a weird defense to constructive criticism. Start getting on the offensive and start saying, oh, you're like whatever the fuck he was just saying. Oh, I'm taking from you. Don't feel that way. Blah, blah, blah. That's a weird way to frame what the hell was going on. Terrell McKnight says, was T.I. supposed to be making a point? Sounds like he's trying to convince himself. It does seem like a lot of it seems like a lot of that. It seems like his ego was damaged by the comments that Godfrey made because he respects Godfrey as a comedian, and Godfrey didn't put any respect on his name as a comedian, which he should not at that point. You have not earned any stripes in the game. It's not personal. It's professional.
All right.
Can't nobody take nothing from you, man. If you've been doing this shit for as many years as you've been doing it, and all of a sudden I jumped in the game 5 weeks ago, and you think I'm the reason why you ain't where you want to be? Nigga, you is the motherfucking problem, not me.
Yeah, that's not even where I was going at all.
I ain't talking about you per se. I'm talking about the people who you said.
Yeah, there was really some, because I don't know who they are. They were saying there was some comments.
I'm talking about them niggas.
Yeah, got you.
I'm talking about them niggas.
Got you.
I'm talking about them niggas. But again, I think you're ill-informed because I heard what somebody said on the podcast was he ain't even did no open mics. He ain't even, nah, bro. I've been doing bar and grill. And first of all, and he ain't put in the work. He ain't made the sacrifice. Let me tell you one thing. The day I came and showed up at the show what you was on, I could have been somewhere picking up $100,000 to hop on a microphone in front of a DJ. And I chose to, instead of doing that, come and do that shit that I did for on that show what you was on for free. How many motherfuckers is making $100,000 sacrifice? How many motherfuckers make $100,000 sacrifice?
Stop the cap.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
Now, can't be sure that he's capping. He may have turned down $100,000 to do a free gig, but that's not gonna get you any more respect out here. You may as well have done that $100,000 performance. If anything, I'm looking at you sideways. It's like, yeah, you may not need the bread, but that's not a smart financial decision. So you want a participation trophy for that? You're not getting it over here.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
True that. You're right. I can't argue with that.
So man, so I don't think it's fair. Or
These are points that Godfrey would generally argue. Godfrey's just letting everything slide, just letting it rock for business interest, in my opinion.
appropriate for a motherfucker to come tell me what the fuck I am and ain't doing to pay dues. I ain't paying the same dues as you, because nigga, you ain't me and I ain't you.
There it is. There it is. Everything you're saying, you're right on point, bro. I'm just saying that what I said specifically. So that's the thing. That's why he's saying everything you're saying is on point, because it's not in relation to what you're saying. It has nothing to do with what you're saying. Yeah, you can be great. He can be great. All that bullshit he was saying, but it has nothing to do with what you were saying. He took the criticism wrong. You're not in my way. I just said, I headlined. I'm done. Not what you're doing with your life.
Bro, you deserve the headline. You deserve to headline.
Appreciate that. I just was talking as a headline, like I'm done. I'm done. I headlined. I'm done. Now, if I wasn't headline, I say, let me go watch him. You know. And I even said, we were talking. I say, he's comfortable as fuck on stage. I said, man, he's very comfortable on stage. He's a storyteller. Cool. I was wishing you well. It was just
how
that
you know
night.
I was comfortable on stage if you didn't come see me?
Because I saw the videos of you. I saw videos.
They're laughing and they're able to move forward with this conversation strictly because of Godfrey. Did that warrant a reaction like that? This nigga is just trying to argue everything. What kind of reaction is this right here?
I was wishing you well. It was just
how
that
you know
night.
I was comfortable on stage if you didn't come see me?
Because I saw the videos of you. I saw videos. I saw videos of you telling stories. I say he's really comfortable. I seen videos of you. And
hey man, listen, bro. Hey, look, can I tell you something?
Yes, sir.
I have a whole lot of admiration and respect for the world of comedy.
Yes, sir.
I have a whole lot of admiration and respect for the people who participate.
Now he's saying that, but his actions are not congruent with what his statement is. Not at all.
And who've mastered the art of comedy.
Yeah.
I've been observing, analyzing, and supporting comedy from back at the first.
If that statement was true, then you would have understood what he was saying when he said it. I'm not a comedian at all. I've listened to a lot of comedians speak. I've listened to a lot of comedians' podcasts. When I listened to Godfrey's comments, I thought nothing of it. Of course, it's easy to say when it's not affecting you personally, but from an objective standpoint, didn't seem like anything wrong at all. But once again, they're taking this moment, and it's a big ass moment. Everyone's speaking about it. People are reacting to it. People are talking about it. Large platform, so they got what they wanted. Breakfast Club's talking about this. Vlad's talking about this. Schultz and them talking about this. Everybody with a large platform is talking about this. So everybody knows T.I. is doing comedy. So good job in that regard. Everything else.
Just like a woman.
5'9", really. Bruce at 5'9" when I was a teenager. Since the first Uptown Comedy Corner that Earthquake owned, you know what I'm saying? Right, when Noah Hostin was the host. You know what I mean? Since Grand Hustle had our own comedy night at the other Uptown called Tripping on Sundays. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, when Lil Duval was the host. Okay. Man, bro, I've been in the game, and everybody who's moving around in the circuit is like, man, shit. It's about time. We always knew you were so close to the universe that you had some kind of passion in you. Everybody can see that except for the motherfuckers who, just want to get there, have their dick in their breath just because they feel like somebody is taking the opportunity from them.
Dick in their breath. It's kind of funny. You guys got to.
Who was that a response to? Who was that dick in the breath comment response to? And he's saying people that are mad about it. All right, where did this issue start? Where did the people being mad at T.I. for comedy, hating on him, all this blah, 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 where did this start? It started with Godfrey allegedly hating on him. That's where it started. So when you're saying all these people, and that's that passive aggressive shit. It's like you want to say it to him, but you're not really saying it to him. All these people that think that way. He doesn't think that way, and you're just making a point for no reason. You couldn't take the constructive criticism, and now you're finding a way to lash back like a child. This is pathetic.
Yeah, they had a dick in their breath just because they feel like somebody is taking the opportunity from them.
Dick in their breath. That's kind of funny. You guys got a question for any questions here? Huh?
No, I'm a T.I. fan. I used to do the stuff with Lil Duval and a lot of those different rooms, Grand House. I remember all those nights, and that's why I put personally. I heard T.I. killed it on the Shaq All Star, and I just put T.I. He can call Clay. I just put him on my Barclays Center show. That's been 10 years strong, sold out shows. I got him at the Barclays Center on April 9th. So. Dope. Yeah, I mean, when I saw it, I was like, yo, this is a beast. I love comedy. I love anybody that want to get in and do the same hustle as me. And when I hear they're doing dope, I'm right with it. So I have to stand behind him. I've seen him at every single show. And most people, when they have those nights, they don't be at the show. He was at every single one.
Yeah. And my thing, too, is you're in front of a lot of people. That the pressure is even worse. You're in front of a lot of people. Like, you're starting off with, okay, it's packed as fuck in here. You know what I mean? A lot of us started.
No, that's not true though, brother.
That's you do the smaller? I thought you were doing bigger shows.
Hear me out though. But just hear me out, yes, right? Sir. Just hear me out, bro. Man, I've performed in.
I'm gonna let that one rock.
Front of 10 people.
Okay.
At a bar and grill. If you've ever been to, what is it, Lure? Wherever K-Dub be hosting that here and there. Blue Lagoon. Mm-hmm. That's the first place I went up. It's a bar and grill, bro. It'd be like 15, maybe 10, 12 people in there.
I always thought you just did big ass shows. I was like, damn.
Do you find it?
Nah, bro.
If this was anybody else, would they be talking to them like this? Y'all know Asian Andre, who was, I don't know if he's still on the podcast with Godfrey. I haven't been keeping up with the podcast that consistent. I haven't seen him on for the past few episodes. But he used to get that treatment like he was a toddler in the game. They used to talk to him like, oh, yeah, you've been doing it for a couple of years. He's been on plenty of shows with Godfrey, but they used to talk to him like, oh, you're an infant in the game. Everybody, like T.I.'s really trying to convince the world and himself that he's good and he's spent enough time doing this.
Listen, I've done.
Oh wait, here's Ali Sadiq.
I did small ass shows for every day for about 2 to 3 weeks and got my shit together. And motherfuckers saw me and was like, "Yo, you doing this shit, bro? Man, come pull up," because they want to see it themselves.
Right.
And when they happen to have an opportunity to see it, I would assume they thoroughly impressed. Yeah. And they're like, "Well, damn," and the word get around. So another motherfucker hear me or hear about me and say, "Hey, that nigga Tip probably need to come check him out." So guess what? Chris Spencer called me to the Comedy Store. He said, "Hey, nigga, you hitting stages?" I said, "Yeah, bro." He said, "Man, where you at right now?" I'm like, "Well, I'm in LA," but he like, "Well, you going on tonight?" I'm like, "Man, I get." He said, "I tell you what, don't do Chocolate Sundays. Don't do the improv with D-Ray. You need to come to me. I got a very small room, intimate, let you get your confidence together." I said, "Man, where you at?" "I'm on my way right now."
Yeah.
And I made my way there. Mm-hmm. As I made my way there,
you can see me?
I got on stage.
Can you see me?
And I did about 30 minutes. And afterwards, he said, "How dare you be so good?"
Oh, wow.
I tell you what, man, never mind what I said. Never mind what I said. You can do any stage you want to do. You do any stage you want to do. You go up there, you do that set, man, with what I just saw, you can do that anywhere. And then I went and did Chocolate Sundays.
Yeah.
Tore that motherfucker up. Then I went and did D-Ray Room on Monday night at the Hollywood Improv. Tore that motherfucker up. Then I went to the Ontario Improv with Donnell Rollins. Tore that motherfucker up. Like, and then the Shaq Comedy All-Stars hit me. Like, "Hey, man, I hear this man out here, doing better than we expect."
Right,
so
right, no.
We want him to have a special guest spot.
And that's, hey, yo, you're a prodigy then, because your ability, I wasn't doubting the ability. I'm telling you, I know what you're talking about. I just want you to let you know, it was Thursday night and I finished doing an hour for
you. On mute.
Can you hear me? Yo, this damn, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. What you say?
Yeah, I'm not doubting your ability at all. I just tell you.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
No.
14 seconds. Wait a minute, yes, you will, because you played 14 seconds of a set of a jokes that I was working on. You played 14 seconds, and then all y'all, you stopped the video after 14 seconds, like,
14
yeah,
seconds?
that's it.
How you know it was 14 seconds? I watched you for 5
I watched
minutes.
The video, I can count. Because I
watched you 5 minutes. What are you talking about?
No, what I'm saying is you played 14 seconds on the same podcast.
Oh, I'm talking about when I watched you on my own.
You played 14 seconds, and you and your constituents, y'all played 14 seconds. Yeah, well, pretty much, that was it. No. Man, come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Come on, T.I., stop.
Research.
Now,
what happened, though? Go back and watch it. Everybody go back and watch it. Everybody
go
back
and watch that, but I watched you on my own, T.I. was what I'm trying to tell you.
I understand that, but you didn't tell the people that. You didn't say, hey, I watched him on my own, and that's not his real set.
Okay. Listen, didn't doubt you.
So I'm starting to see the root of the problem here. He's starting up. He's feeling doubted, and he's feeling shitted on by somebody that he reveres as a great in the comedy game. So he thinks that he was diminished. Doesn't matter how many times Godfrey tells him this is how it is in comedy. He was providing constructive criticism. It wasn't like that. He was talking X, Y, and Z. Whatever the hell he tries to explain to him, even after he apologized many times, it's not enough. He needs acknowledgement. He needs like Godfrey to acknowledge that he's good or something.
Yeah. Okay, go on. Say something. Dante, this is Dante Nero.
What's happening, T?
What's going on, King?
What's going on, baby? I think what happens is a lot of times in comedy in general, there's a lot of motherfuckers that get in it, and then they on the short time, and everybody goes, all right, well, we running the motherfuckers doing comedy all the time. Yeah. And what happens is once you in it, like what you said already, I actually, did a little research, and I watched, I think you was talking to, I forget who you was talking to, but you was like, yo, I'm getting ready to pull up here to do a spot.
Yes.
When you consistently are in the game, everybody accepts the fact that, there's always that apprehension, I think, because there's always motherfuckers who think this game is easy and they jump in the game. And when you're consistently on stage and you getting that grind in, then it ain't nothing nobody can say if you getting that grind in. I know motherfuckers that are not funny who I personally respect simply because motherfuckers are still in the grind, getting these shots in the head because they're still in the game. So I didn't think I know that you personally didn't know the etiquette of that. I mean, but somebody should have told you that. Or even
you hear that?
After
Do you hear that? Finally, someone keeping it somewhat a bean.
Know that you personally didn't know the etiquette of that. I mean, but somebody should have told you that. Or even after the fact, they could have said, yo, there's an etiquette. There's an etiquette to everything. And so, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I understand and I respect it. I understand that. I respect that. I have a lot of respect for the game. I have a lot of respect for the people in the game.
But you can see that. What I
wish would have happened is someone to have me in a conversation and ask me, "Hey man, what has your journey in comedy been like? Yeah. You know what I mean? How did you start? You know what I mean? Where have you done shows at?"
You hear that? That is more entitlements. You're expecting people to approach you and ingratiate. You expect them to grab you and throw you in the middle of the comedy room and start connecting with you and asking you questions and making you feel comfortable when you're the noob, when you're trying to rise the ranks, where you're competing with these guys on stage. Not even just competing. Y'all trying to make a living on stage. It was your job to ingratiate yourself with the comedians in the comedy circle, not come and be entitled. And then after you're entitled and get in your way, you can't handle any type of criticism and you expect people to revere you as great automatically off the strength that you're T.I. His perspective is making him seem very insecure in his comedy.
You know what I mean? Like ask me these questions instead of making all of these blind and wrong assumptions. I have one. And because I feel like that is, to me, where that's what a misinterpretation. Because believe it or not, man, hey, Godfrey.
Yes, sir.
You and the people who you around, your circle, y'all like the seniors in high school. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all like the seniors in high school. So if I'm a freshman and I come in here and I'm a freshman coming in here and I let the seniors say, oh yeah, nah, man, I heard this nigga was like this. I heard he was like that. Man, they gonna take your word for it. I ain't necessarily just talking to you. I'm talking to the people who listening to you. Because you have, in the comedy game, you have a big voice. So guess what? I'm gonna need you to get that voice correct when you're speaking on me.
Gotcha.
I would say.
Are you fucking kidding me, Godfrey? Are you fucking kidding me, Godfrey?
You have, in the comedy game, you have a big voice. So guess what? I'm gonna need you to get that voice correct when you're speaking on me.
Gotcha.
I would.
Man, sit your dumb ass down.
Godfrey, how dare you, my nigga? How dare you sit there and say gotcha when a nigga's trying to check you and telling you what you can't say about him as a heavyweight in comedy? This is what I'm talking about. He tries to say, oh, he respects comedy. He respects the whole comedy scene and everything. And then you go and disrespect Godfrey.
You have, in the comedy game, you have a big voice. So guess what? I'm gonna need you to get that voice correct when you're speaking on me.
Gotcha.
I would say something.
Got you? Godfrey, my nigga, are you fucking serious? That was
Beta.
You can't be going out like that, my nigga. Got you? You are a comedy heavyweight. I've made a whole video about Godfrey being the most underrated comedian. And you have to get your voice in check when you're talking about T.I., a fucking noob. Does he know about the history of Brendan Schaub? Brendan Schaub, ex-UFC fighter, podcaster, coming up in the comedy ranks, being doubted by everybody. He had to show and prove over time, ingratiate himself with the right comedy circle with Joe Rogan, Tom Segura, Ari Shaffir, and the rest of these niggas. You didn't do no homework. You're super entitled, and now you're disrespecting one of the most revered comedians because you couldn't handle his constructive criticism and his jokes. He was making jokes while reacting to you, too. A comedian will come back with jokes. Y'all remember the Jamie Foxx versus Kevin Hart in the radio station where Kevin Hart was killing Jamie Foxx in his own radio station, and then Jamie Foxx came back with it because Jamie Foxx is a comedian and he has it in his bag, too? Like, come on, man. The fuck is going on out here? Godfrey for taking that, and the rest of these niggas just sitting around taking that, especially this nigga who was going off on the live that we reacted to. Come on, man. T2 Lovely says Godfrey could take him in real life. How is this even happening? Business interest. The man made a business decision, and his pride and ego went out the door to coddle and insulate T.I.'s pride and ego. Lady Hotep says Godfrey going out like a sucker. Yeah, I seen this. I'm like, come on, man.
Come on, man.
It's not Godfrey's job to check T.I. It's the audience. T.I. is disrespectful and weak. Bottom line. Well, if someone is going to listen, you're saying it's not Godfrey's job to check T.I., but when T.I.'s coming to you on your platform trying to check you, it's most certainly your job to check T.I. and be like, whoa, nigga, what do you mean? I have to keep my voice in check and my words in check when I'm discussing you. This is comedy. I'm the guy out here. You're the noob.
That one thing about this game, about this game.
T.I. was talking down to Godfrey. This is exactly what I said. This is exactly what I meant when I said he's saying he has respect for the game, but his actions are not congruent at all. Not at all. Not in the slightest. He shows disrespect time and time again, entitlement. He shows that he's emotional. Comedians do not have to start beefs like rappers. T.I. is disrespecting the comedian game with this BS, with his BS. That's facts. That is facts.
Game in general. There's niggas that say all kinds of shit. The proof is in the pudding. It don't matter what motherfuckers say. It don't even matter what Godfrey say. If Godfrey say this nigga stinks, I gotta go see him again. Even if I say, if I see somebody that I think stinks, when I...
How many people say Kevin Hart wasn't funny? Did it even affect Kevin Hart's career in the slightest? And some of those people were legitly hating because he was stealing he was selling out everything, all the arenas. He was taking all the attention. He was having multiple specials in a year. Some of those people were legitly hating, mad. And they said it didn't affect his bag at all. He kept going forward. But that's what happens when you have the cachet, you have the notoriety, you have the work already put in not 3 weeks.
See him and the motherfucker's funny, I'm going to go to nigga funny. Or I'll even say the nigga got funny. I'll change up simply because... This game is just like any other game. You show and prove. It don't matter what nobody say. There's niggas right now that are more famous than God, than a whole bunch of niggas.
Not everybody thinks I'm funny. Not everybody thinks I'm funny.
But get what though? That's just like.
Come on, man.
What this guy said was, he was spitting just now. What's his name? Dante, I believe.
There's niggas right now that are more famous than God, than a whole bunch of niggas.
Not everybody thinks I'm funny. Not everybody thinks I'm funny.
Godfrey, man, what the fuck is that? Not everybody thinks you're funny, so you're joining him. You're trying to make him feel better. And at what cost?
No, that's just like I had real niggas that I respect, call me like, hey, bro, like, man, it don't matter what bro say, man, you know what I mean? Bro he ain't no authority, like, and I'm like, nah, man, I respect him just based off what I've seen of him. You know what I mean? I respect him based off that, and I know that he has a large voice, and he has the voice and opinion on behalf of comedy because of the work that he put in. So I don't want him to be getting me wrong. I need him to get me all the way right.
Right.
So that's why I felt like, you know what I'm saying, I had to speak my part, man.
Get it. Okay, so you don't want to get him wrong, or you don't want him to get you wrong. You want him to get you all the way right?
Stop it. Get some help.
So how are you going to do that? You are going to come and speak to him and address him and basically convince him to speak your name with respect and convince him that you're funny somehow. Where have we seen this behavior before? Where have we seen someone speaking about somebody, offering a level of criticism, of constructive criticism, and then them coming to their platform and shouting them down, trying to control the narrative, saying you must speak to me or about me this way? Where have we seen that before in recent history? Who has done that? Which community has done that when they've taken criticism? Come to your platform and tell you how to speak about them, invalidating your experience and your thoughts, trying to check you. Where have we seen that before? Who does that sound like? I'm ruining it for you.
Just like a woman.
Yeah, we've seen that with the women. We've seen that with the women. They try to control the narrative. Black men don't have a voice. We don't respect you. So if you say something that's out of line, that doesn't align with that, doesn't make you feel good, you're going to come and try to stop the talk. Where you're going to just speak about me this way or don't speak about me at all.
Just like a woman.
Listen, I'm not trying to throw women under the bus right now. I know there's women in the audience, but from a man, behavior like this from a man is not okay. We expect it from women. We love women for what women are. But men...
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
Because
I get it.
I felt like you were ill-informed. I felt you didn't have the information.
Got you.
And I felt you were making decisions in a vacuum, and you were bringing opinions out of the side of your neck in a vacuum. And also something that you say he's not a real comedian. And if you'd heard my set, part of my bit is I'm not a comedian. I'm a superstar.
I know.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
Silence, you fool!
Once again,
There's a difference.
Of
so,
course.
Had you heard that, you'd have no reason to say these types of things.
Well, like I said up the top, I said I apologize man to man.
And I accept.
And I said.
And now you can let me open up on your next show, and we'll be
okay.
He's an open. He's like a spotlight.
Well, he learned the game already.
Well, T.I. does a nice 40 on you, so.
Your next show, and we'll be
He's an open. He's like a spotlight.
this nigga right here does not look impressed in the slightest. He does not look impressed. I'm wondering to hear what he's going to say.
Well, he learned the game already.
Well, T.I. does a nice 40 on you, so. and T.I. and listen, and T.I. and your superstardom, I don't fucking sneeze at, because I was just as frantic to meet you, and you know that. So it was like, yo, this is dope. But me saying, oh, he's not a comic, I'm like, is this going to be one of those things where he's going to fuck it off?
In the pan.
Yeah, that's all. And then when you said, nah, I've been doing this shit, I said, wow, cool.
Yeah,
that's what I.
But
Ali's
I
gonna
would say that.
Ali's going to say something. Ali Sadiq wants to say something to you, T.I.
What's up, T.I.?
Sure.
Man, this is the. Do you see how in comedy, because you've been around K-Dub, Ronnie Jordan, you've been around a long time. Do you see how people, we talk shit about each other regardless.
Yes.
We gonna say some shit about each other. We gonna say, hey, whatever. The thing that had made the whole thing go wildfire with other comics talking about it, people on platforms talking about it, is because it's gonna be those things that people, because you are a superstar, it's people that's been fucking basing their whole career off of getting on that goddamn Chocolate Sunday show.
Yeah.
And you walked right up and got on it, and it hurt them.
I didn't walk right up.
No,
I didn't walk right up.
I understand.
I didn't walk right up.
I understand that part.
I did the Saturday night first.
I understand.
I did the Saturday night first.
Even that Saturday.
Come on, man.
He was on track of letting him know that people are going to say this shit. This is the way comedians talk. And then he backpedaled. Why are y'all afraid to say shit to T.I.? Is the business interest too much to fuck up where y'all going to go out like this? Because the whole panel's going outside. You could see them biting their tongue. Why? He's a grown-ass man. He can't handle what y'all niggas need to say. Like, make this make sense.
Night. Perform on the Saturday night, and then they called me.
Well, let's go blanket it. All them rooms that you did in L.A.
Listen, I can't put your shoes on to play ball in.
If
you wear a size 7, I wear a size 10 and a half. I can't wear your shoe to play.
All he is trying to tell him is that you're gonna face criticism and backlash because that's just the way it goes. Especially being in the position you're in. And he won't even allow him to say it.
Understandable.
I gotta wear my own shoes. You gotta wear your own shoes.
But in the comedy game, can you see how the other comics in the world are going? How it set the platforms out. Whatever Godfrey did, set a whole platform out, which probably made people want to see you more on the stage. But when it comes to stand up, it's things in this game that hurt people. Like when the Kings came out, when the Kings of Comedy came out in 2000, fucked up everybody's career for 10 years. And then after that, Chris Tucker, it's like that should be hurting these niggas, T.I. That should be killing niggas, man. That should be killing.
I want
not everybody, but a lot of niggas be killing.
Can we hear the comedians? Because I don't want to just make it about me. I don't want to just make it about me. I don't want to just make it about my opinion, because we can go back and forth all day about our isolated opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't not, like, the prestige that you have in the rap game and as an actor and all of that stuff. I mean, everybody uses whatever they got to get on stage, but there's niggas that have been trying to get on Chocolate Sunday for 3 years and can't get on Chocolate Sundays. But what I would say is, the fact,
that ain't my problem.
I'm not saying it is. In fact,
that ain't my problem, bro.
Doug, if I had the catalog you have that nobody wants to give you the verses, but I ain't gonna get into that. But I would use it. I would use that prestige myself. I will say this though, the difference in walking in the game and being able to do 30 or 40 minutes is a difficult.
What is that sound?
It's Jet.
What happened?
Did you just hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me, T?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Hello? I hear you just fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. What I would say is when you're getting long time, right? What happens is, and this is just something, who the fuck am I? Nobody know who the fuck I am, but I would say when you get heavy time, like when you come up the game and you doing 5 and 7, you do 5, you kill 5, you do 7, you kill 7, you get 10, but you don't get that until you've learned to kill it. And I would just say something to keep in mind is let me finish.
I don't want to hear that shit. I tell you.
Yo, what the fuck is going on? Do you respect these guys or not? Are these guys elders in the game with experience and wisdom that they can impart on you or not? You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear anything that could help you moving forward. You know everything. You're already Dave Chappelle. The problem is, they are helping him, but if he refuses to help, he's going to get on stage, he's going to get heckled, and he's going to get destroyed. He's going to have a moment where everything he's going for and the whole aura of T.I. being on stage is going to wear off. He's just going to be some other comedian that they're used to. And that's when all the
"shut up, bitch"
is going to start happening, and he's going to be on stage like,
"What more do you want from me?"
And the jokes ain't hitting, and the fans are going to be like,
"You're done."
Yeah, pretty much. And he's going to come to the comedy cellar trying to get on stage, and the people that host the shit are going to be like,
"Get a job, nigger."
"We don't need you anymore. You getting booed off too much." They're trying to save him from himself. At some point, it's going to expire, and people are going to be like, if it's not funny, if it ain't hitting, you gone. But you don't want to accept any type of constructive criticism at all. It's just, you're perfect, you know everything.
Until you've learned to kill it. And I would just say something to keep in mind is let me finish.
I don't want to hear that shit. I tell you straight up, I love you, and I respect your journey. Yeah. I respect your path, but that ain't my path.
No, that's not what I was.
Fit in your little path.
You didn't let me finish.
You can't make me fit in your path.
I'm not trying to.
Want me to talk for 30 minutes. I'm gonna talk for 30 minutes.
Okay, who's that on there?
That's not what I'm.
Because that's what you had to do.
T, that's not the point. That wasn't the point I was making.
Can I say something, Dante?
Okay,
and I'll explain this to you, right? Like, T.I., I've known T.I. for a minute. I put him on the K-Dub's there. K-Dub, we put him on the Wild 'N Out tour when I was doing the Wild 'N Out tour. When I heard, you can't get mad at me. Like, my shows are the biggest comedians ever. Like, I do the Barclays Center. I've sold out every single arena in this country. There's not one basketball arena I have not sold out. So when I heard that he killed the All-Star, I reached out to Clay and was like, yo, I heard it was dope. I think he's funny as hell. I want to put him on my show amongst Bruce, Russell Peters, Anthony Anderson. That's the lineup I put him with. And that's because because I reached out to him. He didn't reach out to me. So you can't get mad if Chris Spencer reaches out to him because we hear these things. And it's not because I'm the same comedian. I stood in line with you, but I stood in line with you at the comic strip. I stood in line for weeks at a time and told to go home and then come back again and beg for 5 minutes. But when someone reaches out to you, that's them wanting them on their platform.
That wasn't the
so
point.
it's not a person. Let me finish. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
But it's not that you should feel away. It should feel blessed that someone has that opportunity, because that opportunity honestly opens up opportunities for us. It really does, because now more momentum comes to Chocolate Sundays, more momentum comes to Mondays, and more people.
The point I was making. What the point I was making is that there's in comedy in general, there's an economy of time. And the economy of time, when you don't have time, when you don't get time, there's an economy of time that ultimately it's not that you can't do 30 and make it tight, but when you're learning, when you're coming up in the game and you're learning.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
You talking that crowd before you walk shit, and sharks were born swimming.
This was just something it's just something of 20 years in the.
What? He doesn't want to take 20 years in the game he doesn't want to take wisdom from 20 years in the game. That was all ego right there. There's a shark. Let's hear that one more time. But that was 100% ego right there. Reality Watch said it. When you think you know it all, you just have to learn the hard way. That's what happens. The people that are know-it-alls always have to learn the hardest way.
You talking that crowd before you walk shit, and sharks were born swimming.
This was just something it's just something of 20 years in the game that I was just trying to say. Something to just keep in mind. If it don't matter and it don't ring true, it don't ring true. I'm just saying.
I respect it.
Do you know why it sounds like they can't get off the constructive criticism? It's because T.I. will not allow it to get through. He's not taking any constructive criticism. He's not hearing anything they have to say. So it's gonna continue coming at him until he's able to soak up something, or until they're just tired of even trying and just like, you know what, fuck it. Because everything they're saying to him is constructive and helpful, and he just refuses to take everything. It's like, even if you're not going to take it and use it, just be open to hearing it at least.
When it's time to respect it, bro. Okay. But I'm not going to feel that way with you just telling me I should fit myself in a smaller box.
That's not what I'm saying.
To make people like you comfortable.
I don't want to be comfortable. I'm not uncomfortable by any of it, honestly. I'm not.
Okay, well, I don't want to talk no more. I appreciate the dialogue, and I thank you guys, and I respect you guys.
Hey, Tip.
You guys for allowing me the opportunity.
Hey, Tip.
They want to talk.
Hey, Tip. Let me say this to him.
Yo, one's in the chat if you think T.I. is being emotional. One's in the chat.
And everybody.
Yes, sir.
You ain't got to stand in no line in no Chocolate Sunday. I walked up to Chocolate Sunday, was on stage in an hour. I ain't never had to wait in no line for no comedy ever in my whole career, 20. Right. Plus, we ain't gonna make up no lies like nobody go up after the headliner. People put people up after headliners all the motherfucking time, nigga. Like, we not gonna run with that lie. That we not gonna do.
I don't know who's speaking right now, but we see the ones coming in the chat. Good job, y'all. We're going to hear Andrew Schultz talk about this after, because he didn't think it was a big deal, but he also said there is a process in which somebody goes on after the headliner, and it's generally a legend comedian that does that type of shit. And in his reference, he's speaking about like Chappelle and like Seinfeld and these guys that have been around forever going on after him and him not minding. T.I. is sensitive. He needs his ego stroked by other men. He needs validation by other men. He needs acknowledgement at every corner. He refuses to take criticism. This is embarrassing. We can't stand behind this. When I see niggas stand behind this, yeah, T.I. was right. Stand up to them. Tell them. It's like, nigga, what? This is not a display of a grown man. This is not a display of masculinity.
gonna run with that lie that nobody go up after the headliner. That's a funky whole lie. That's a big lie. We put niggas up after sorry headliners or boring headliners or just if a headliner really ain't shit all the time around the world.
Okay, so run this part again. Let's listen to this part right here.
That's a funky whole lie. That's a big lie. We put niggas up after sorry headliners or boring headliners or just if a headliner really ain't shit all the time.
All right, so you put niggas after sorry headliners, niggas that ain't shit, boring headliners, people that ain't funny. Was Godfrey any of the sort? He did 1 hour and 40 minutes. What is with this? This is almost like an ego competition right now. Like, oh, I'm good. I've earned my stripes in 5 weeks. I don't need to take criticism or I don't need to take wisdom from none of you guys. I should be able to go on after Godfrey, and Godfrey should be watching me and singing my praise. The entitlement is out of this world.
Around the world.
Right on.
That's true.
No, but
that's real jam.
Terrell McKnight, it's wild that Godfrey let this go on as long as it did. This is for business interest. This man made a business decision and has me on the platform defending comedians' pride and honor because he didn't do it. And my assumption is that it was for business. Now he has T.I. opening for him, more eyes in the crowd. He knows T.I. is a superstar, and he's early in his process. People don't know that he's going to be bombing up there for 10 minutes. They just want to see him. He's taken advantage of a moment at the cost of his pride, dignity, and I don't know, man. It's just not. It's not looking good for Godfrey with this decision.
There's been a lot of bullshit.
But I'm gonna tell you, cause it K-Dub, right? What's up, man?
Yeah, what's happening? What's happening?
What's that?
Hey, Godfrey, let me say this. Hey, Godfrey, dark skin. Fuck with you the long way.
Here we go.
No, but listen.
Here we go.
Hey, Godfrey, I'm going to say this, Godfrey. I'm going to say this to you, Godfrey.
Yes, sir.
I always fuck with you, and I told Tip that. I said, but Godfrey was wrong for spitting them angles on you because it ain't that much respect in this motherfucking comedy game at all, period. This is a shit game. So that's dead on that. This shit'll get shitty for any fucking thing. Well, niggas selling this shit for nothing, man. So we not gonna act like it's etiquette in this bullshit that we doing.
So now we are just gonna try to. Now we're not raising the ceiling. We are lowering the floor. Now it's fuck comedy. It has no dignity anyway. It has nothing. It's trash. Everything's trash. It's open door. Anybody in. One more time.
This is a shit game.
It's a shit
so that's
game.
dead on that. This shit'll get shitty for any fucking thing. Well, niggas selling this shit for nothing, man. So we not gonna act like it's etiquette in this bullshit that we doing. Let's stop lying and playing. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, we straightened that out real quick, but I never tripped.
Yeah.
I never tripped that he was going up. I just said, oh, he's going up.
I'm saying, but I heard y'all in comedy how you keep on putting this headliner shit in there. Everybody know nobody give a fuck about no headliner in the world. Headliners is like trash. Like nobody cares no more.
Okay.
Like you know that K-Dub, man.
I got you.
Like nobody gives a fuck. Okay. Not me. I'm talking about the world. Gary Abdul, nigga. Gary Abdul don't give a fuck.
Abdul never gave a fuck.
Nobody.
You right.
Yes, I never met a nigga that gave a fuck. I ain't never met a. I see people.
All we're seeing here though is Godfrey does not have the need to be right. Godfrey doesn't care. He's like, man, think whatever the fuck you think. I'm gonna believe what I think, and I don't even need to convince you, because that's what I see from Godfrey right here.
I see people acting like they give a fuck, but don't nobody give a fuck about a headliner.
Hey, Tony, is it Tony Baker?
Yes.
Oh, man, Tony, what you got to say? Chicago, what up, boy? Say something, Tony. Oh,
unmute your phone, Tony.
Tony, unmute your...
Okay, unmute your shit, Tony.
Y'all got to work with me. I'm old.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was in here peeping game, and I'm glad y'all hashed it out.
Terrell McKnight says the novelty of having T.I. at a comedy show is sure to die out quick, especially after the way he's acting now. Yo, to keep it 1,000... I think people are going to be inclined to go in there and just pull a Vegeta and just arms crossed, not going to be impressed, screw face. I'm trying to not laugh now because, nigga, fuck you. Some people have that. Yo, you should see the comment section on Godfrey's page, the page I downloaded this and chopped this up for the reaction because I'm not reacting to anything past the phone calls. But And I got out the commercials because he has ads and shit, so I had to chop that shit out. No offense to your ads, but it's not paying me, it's paying you. Yeah, go on his page, go to the interview, check the comment section, and see how livid his fans are over this interview. Those niggas are not having it at all.
First of all.
Oh no, I wanted to talk to him, and I wanted T.I. to give me the business. So go ahead.
I got no issue with T.I. doing comedy or anybody else that want to do this shit. What the hell's all that noise? Y'all hear that noise?
You hear echoes?
Was that me? Okay.
Oh, you good. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got to hear. Okay,
y'all hear me? All right. I got no issue with T.I. doing comedy whatsoever. They ain't gonna take no money off my plate or a lot of other plates.
No.
It's just another comedian in the game if you want to do it long term. I wanted to say this though.
I don't know why everyone's coming in and prefacing their comments with that. Nobody said they had a problem with T.I. being in the game. It's just that no one had. He has this entitlement, like people are supposed to care and people are supposed to watch his show and ogle over him. That's all. No one's saying anything. No one has ever said that. I don't even know why they're coming with that stupid ass preface every time. Oh, I'm not thinking that he's taking my job and blah, blah. Like no one ever said that. T.I. put that shit out because he couldn't handle the constructive criticism. His insecurity is showing.
T.I. will get cheat codes in this game. And he has to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Given that he is a superstar, he is going to get cheat codes.
Yes.
Like, even though he is funny right off the rip, he has to acknowledge and keep it real that he will get the cheat codes. Yeah, you see T.I. step in the building. We got T.I. Y'all
hell yeah.
On stage.
That's going to happen.
That's going to happen.
Period.
And so as long as he recognizes the privilege that he has as a superstar,
yes,
then it's all good.
It's a K-Dub laugh. K-Dub laugh.
You could be
all right, so there's more than recognizing your privilege. He has privilege and then he's entitled. So he's trying to put on it's privilege and some. Okay, I'm privileged already, but let me be entitled to X, Y, and Z without criticism and no wisdom being imparted by the elders in the game. But I respect it. I respect this.
Absolute assassin.
Without due respect, Tony.
But if that showrunner don't know who you are, you still might not get the stage time.
True.
With all due respect, Tony, I do acknowledge that. And I don't think that it's something for me to have to come to terms with. I think it's something for everybody else to come to terms with so they don't feel no way about it. I'm right fine in the skin I'm in.
But you do know you got that
what?
Privilege. I don't know why I almost said white privilege, but you got that superstar privilege.
He don't got that.
He said I almost said white privilege.
He don't got that white privilege.
Yeah.
Because you see T.I. come in, you gonna be like, yo, you want to do some time?
It's what?
It's rich privilege.
Yeah.
Because, I read in my studying, I got some books and shit and some things that Donnell Rollins and other people who I respect gave me some shit to research and to read. And one of the main points that I saw that I held near and dear to me, that I felt like applied to me more than anything, it says, when you can't be funny, be interesting.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So, y'all motherfuckers could be way funnier than me, but my life is incredibly interesting, and I got a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah. Well, no, we know.
What?
Once again, measuring himself up to the veterans. One more time, y'all.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So,
whoops, didn't go back far enough.
To me more than anything, it says, when you can't be funny, be interesting.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So, y'all motherfuckers could be way funnier than me, but my life is incredibly interesting, and I got a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, no, we know that. First of all, Bernie Mac told me that when I started in his club in Chicago. He said half the whole thing is motherfuckers being interested in you. That's half the fucking battle right there. If you're interested in you, so you're right about that.
He was. See,
By saying that, half the battle is motherfuckers being interested in you. Motherfuckers are interested in seeing what T.I. can do right now. That's why Godfrey's aligning with him right now. As he performs more and people get the word out, he knows that might dwindle away. Godfrey's being opportunistic, but this is still a bad look.
He was absolutely respectful of the game and paid like, I don't see what the problem was. I really don't. The fact that I think what everybody's nervous about is they figure like he wasn't respecting the game, and he said that from the very beginning. I respect the game. He said that about you. He said, and if you are.
He said he respect the game, but he did not show it. Reality watch, if I'm not good at basketball, at least I got heart. That's facts. That's the same shit. Godfrey ain't slick with that Bernie Mac name drop. Jeez.
Around the game and you respect the game, then, man, work.
Ronnie Jordan. Hello, Ronnie. And also, T.I., I said I want to come to Atlanta and be safe, so it's your town.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, Ronnie.
How y'all doing, man? Y'all doing all right?
That's where a lot of this comes out of. A lot of the passing on the comments that he says, like Godfrey didn't fight back on certain comments that he said, like you better check the way you speak about me when you speak about me, whatever the fuck he said. I'm paraphrasing awfully right now. But Godfrey let that slide. And a lot of that slides, from their perspective, they look at T.I. like he's a heavyweight out here in these streets, and shit may happen. It's almost like they're kind of scared. I don't want to put that on them, but it seems like they're kind of playing it safe in that regards. It's his city. He runs shit X, Y, and Z. It's like they're kind of, I don't know.
Hey, man, I'm good, man. We talked yesterday. What's going on, man?
Yeah, the thing I be thinking we be forgetting, fellas, is we are in the service industry. Motherfuckers be having horrible days, and they be looking to us for relief and fucking, relaxing. Like, niggas love to laugh, forget about their trouble and all the shit they got going. And, like, I didn't know that until the pandemic. Motherfuckers hit me like, bro, I was depressed as hell. I was tapping into y'all podcast, so I saw you live or somewhere else. And it's like, nigga, why are we doing this much extra bullshit to a subgenre? Like, the white boys is kicking our ass.
Word.
And we gonna kick the only millionaire in the back that want to goddamn fuck with us. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life, to me.
No, you're right.
That's all I got to say.
Is that all you got to say? That's it, Ronnie. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie, I don't see any of you anymore.
So basically that guy said go along to get along because the white people are stomping a foot in their ass and they doing well and we ain't doing well, so go along to get along. Whoever has the money, go along.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here.
Yeah, but we don't see you. We don't see you visually. We don't see anybody on there.
My shit is. I got my shit unmuted.
Oh, there you. Now you're back. Tony's there.
Jack Thriller in there too.
Tony's back. Ronnie's back.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like we're behind the ball on so much shit, and it's like, my nigga, we ain't got no scripts in yet. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
my thing, and Ronnie, this is it. And I talked to you about that. It wasn't a hating thing on my part at all. It wasn't. I maybe I came off. It sounded like that, but I apologize at the top.
Not.
And I said, I came off I said it the wrong way, but it wasn't like, what the fuck is he doing comedy? No, I was just talking like a comedian.
No. I hear other shit, and I'm like, dog.
Godfrey, you just said it. You were just talking like a comedian. You said nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
This is a grown-ass man that wanted to try another skill.
Oh, you said you heard other shit from other...
Yeah, other comedians is like, but why? And listen, and I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about what nobody doing.
Yeah, that's corny. I know one thing about T.I. is he's a serious dude. That's never, ever, ever not been known. He's a serious dude, like, for real. Like, you know what I mean? And when you see T.I. laugh, you just go, oh, he's laughing. Because most of the time, I don't see T.I. laughing about shit. You know what I'm saying? But I know he's a serious dude.
Respectful.
So, he's serious about whatever the fuck he does. And especially with the stuff he does outside of entertainment. The stuff about, buying land in Atlanta, all the pro-black shit that he does, the progression of his family. I know he's a serious dude. I know.
Shout out to him for buying land and whatever pro-black things he does. I'm not privy to it, but shout out to him for that. If he's helping the community.
He's trying to give us reparations, Godfrey.
I know. I was watching him and Killer Mike. I was watching him and Killer Mike the whole time for the past 2-3 years. Him and Killer Mike on that real pro-black shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that.
This nigga wrote a letter to the Lords of London, had his attorneys and them write a letter on behalf of niggas.
Yes, I know that. I saw all of it. I saw.
Yo, Black Hokage X, what happened to the comments?
Come on, man.
Oh, see, it's still there. It's still in the other chat. I think you repeated yourself, but you wanted to call him beta for that. Man, it is what it is, man. You should have just said it. You should have just said it because it's stuck there now. It's stuck there now.
All of it. I mean, you know what I mean?
Come on, man.
That's why I fuck with T.I. because of his mentality and all the pro-black shit, because that's the type of shit I'm on. I mean, I'm going to see.
There we go. Yo. Hold on, y'all.
Beta.
Shout out to you for Black Hokage X. Shout out to you, Black Hokage X, for keeping it a buck and bringing back your comment, doubling down and saying it with your fucking chest out.
Perfect.
See, I fucked with Godfrey. I fucked with Godfrey. I do think he's one of the most underrated comedians. I like Godfrey's comedy. I like his podcast too, but right here, this whole moment right here with T.I., I get it. Business interest. You made a business decision. But when people say beta, you went out soft, you had no backbone, all the comments we've seen, I can't dispute it. It's just a moment in time. It's just one incident for Godfrey. He can roll this off and do better, but this is not a good look, and I'm not going to sit here and act like it is a good look.
The minister on Sunday for his last speech, you know what I'm saying, in Chicago.
This nigga bought Bankhead Seafood, Godfrey. You understand? This nigga bought it. That shit was gonna die. That shit is a landmark, y'all. Like, this shit different, bro. I'm like, nigga, I talked to that nigga every day before he was gonna go up. I was like, nigga, why you ain't went up yet? Go up. What the fuck? Like, you got an interesting life. This nigga went to jail twice on TV. Like, how the fuck I want to hear this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
of course.
I want to hear the stories.
Of course.
I want to hear the stories. This nigga still raised his family and did a good job. He got sons doing shit.
Oh man, he's a great dad too. I watched I watched the reality show. I watched all of that shit. I'm a T.I. fan.
This nigga looked his wife in the eye and said, "But were you at odds with him?" Nigga, that was the coldest shit.
You cannot let the fact that you're a fan of somebody blind you from the behavior that they're putting in front of you or the way they're acting towards you. You can't just put your fandom in the way and be and groupie out for them and ignore the behavior. They're still a man at the end of the day. They're just another human being.
You know, the comments are gonna be like on TV. The comments are gonna be fuck Godfrey this, and people are gonna be opposite. Like, that was a good conversation. I knew it needed to have a conversation. Shout out to Nick Cannon for making that shit happen today, because Nick Cannon made it happen right away, and that was important to me, because I had said, let me face the music, motherfucker. Let me tell this motherfucker for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I do respect him. I respect his whole, artistic passion. Period. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't mean to sound condescending and none of that other shit. And I'm not backtracking because I'm like, oh shit, it's T.I. I'm being honest with him, and I just want him to know that. And of course I wish him well, man. I like when motherfuckers do well.
I'm glad y'all fixed it, man. I'm glad it was fixable. I'm glad it was very fixable.
Well, when T.I., when T.I. makes a video and starts talking all philosophically, you go, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Because T.I. is very careful with his words, and he doesn't go too fast, and he goes, and they sink in. So you go.
It depends on where he got the camera at. If you in trouble, if you got the camera down underneath him, you did.
It's like when Snoop Dogg puts the camera over his nose. I go, oh shit.
If it's this angle, nigga, you fucked up.
I can't see you. Which angle? What's that angle?
Right here. The looking.
Yeah. That's that. And then when I saw him, I said,
all right, they ain't really talking about much. He speaks to T.I. a little bit more near towards the end. See, I'm struggling right now. I need a fucking drink.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Y'all got the general gist. Y'all got the message I was trying to convey in this reaction. T.I. had a very emotional, insecure response to constructive criticism, and they did their best job to insulate his feelings and his ego so they could protect the bag that they wanted for business interest, because now T.I. is opening up for Godfrey and they're going on the road to make some money. So I guess it's a win for them. At what expense, though? You let T.I. come in and just disrespect the entire comedy scene, be ridiculously entitled. I have nothing more to say, really. I've gotten all my bars off during the reaction. It's not a good look. It's just not. It's all around not a good look. I get it. They're trying to. It's a good look in the sense that they're not beefing. They squash the problems. They're moving. They're black men that aren't dragging each other. There's no war in the streets. It's okay. We're able to be cordial and work together. But at what expense? What did it take for you to get there? It took for you to just completely have no integrity at all. Yeah, like Black Okage just said, no integrity, all for the bag. It's true. I still fucks with Godfrey. I still think he's a very underrated comedian, and I'll watch his specials or whatever he puts out, or if he's in town, I'll go out to watch Godfrey perform. I think he's a good comic. This moment right here was probably the weakest moment I've ever seen from him on his podcast ever. On Vlad, on wherever I've ever seen him, this is probably the weakest moment I've seen from Godfrey. Very disappointed in that regard. T.I. came and pretty much bullied them because he had the cachet, he had the clout, he had the notoriety. He was the big famous person in the room. So he was able to pretty much bully them and throw out all the standards of decorum that they had in comedy set in place. And then he was able to just say, oh, you should make the exception for me, instead of just accepting the grace that's given when they make the exception for you because you know it's coming. To be that entitled and that arrogant about it, it's wildly offensive. And that's why you see so much fans have an issue with it. How do you don't really want to support that shit? You don't. If T.I.'s funny, this all goes away. If T.I. gets on stage and he's Cat Williams, then
Jesus Christ.
Then good job. You know what I mean? But from what we've seen in the reaction that I did prior to this one, it was not that. It was almost the opposite. It's pretty bad. But he was working out. He's new. You expect a new comic to be trash. But he thinks he's good, but you expect him to be trash. And what I've seen was trash. It is what it is. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. We have a lot to talk about still. We getting back over on that Blunt Talk with LT channel because we have a lot of topics to get in and out. We're not going to spend, too much time on the long form hour, 2 hours drilling down one subject. We have a lot of topics to discuss. Been slacking over there on Blunt Talk with LT. We got to get back over there on Blunt Talk with LT and put out some more content. So we're going to do that. More night shows. We're still doing the weekly compilation, the cheater comp. The cheater comp's going to be weekly. Lady Hotep said it was hard to watch. Yeah. It was. And that's why I had to do the reaction and pause it every second and go off because they refused to. They refused to say the things that were needed. The things that was needed to say. They didn't say it at all. They're just like, fuck it. Yep. All right. Whatever. T.I., you do you. Yeah. Let's get through this interview and let's go on the road and make some money. That's what I seen. We seen Dante Nero try to stand up for their comedy circle a little bit. But when he tried to, he was met with more hostility from T.I. More refusal to accept the point. Give a little bit more here.
Oh, fuck. He's outside.
Nah, we ain't doing that. Nah, we ain't doing that. If y'all want to see the full interview with T.I. and that full episode, go to Godfrey's channel, In Godfrey We Trust. Or Godfrey Comedy is the name of the channel. The name of the podcast is In Godfrey We Trust. We wrapping it up here. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Very crucial to catch the live streams. We out. Yeah. Shout out to the chat, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate